Thank you for checking out my video. I really love Hatsune Miku and enjoy sharing some of that dedication by making videos all about her. To improve my content, I decided to launch my own Patreon page, where you can support me if you feel like Miku's magic reached you by watching them, with neat rewards waiting too. Link in the description. Well, that's all, and now enjoy the new video. Hello, as always, Kevin from Hatsune Miku here again. Thank you for checking out my newest video. As you might be able to tell in this video, there's quite a few changes. That's because in the last video already, I have been using a new microphone. Previously I was just using my camcorder as the microphone, but that broke. So I got a new microphone and also a new camcorder, and last but not least, a new light setup. So that's all great for you guys, but obviously for me that means I spend quite a bit of money, and I just do that as a hobby. So this would be the best time to support me on my Patreon. Miku and me barely have anything left to eat. Oh no, Miku, keep it together, we'll get something to eat very soon. Finally something to eat. But enough about all of that. This will be the top 10 Project Diva games, but with a little twist. It will also include a certain Vocaloid related game and also one anime game, but they're all pretty similar, and when else will I ever get to talk about those? This will be pretty interesting, even if long-term followers of my channel will have a pretty good idea on what the number 1 spot will be. Enjoy! The Project Diva series. If you like Hatsune Miku or Vocaloid in general and enjoy pressing buttons and rhythm to the music just the tiniest bit, you will have tons of fun with these games. Over the years, quite a few of these have been released already. That's why today I will rank all of these games so far from worst to best, and even include 2 other games that are also similar enough. They are both written games as well. So let's check them out, but remember, even the ones in the back of the list are still good games. Number 10. In the last spot I issued 2 games at once. Bit weird, but it was just a logical choice for the purpose of this list. It's the original Project Diva for PSP, released back on July 2nd, 2009, and the first Project Mila game, which is a spin-off for the 3DS, released on March 8th, 2012. As I said, both were the start to a series, so just keep that in mind. It's no wonder that they are not as good as the new ones. Let's have a look at Project Diva first. Considering that Miku was born in August 2007, it's surprisingly early that she got her own game. It includes many early classics, a lot of songs by popular producers like Casey Livetune, Leo Supercell and Oster Project. With 36 songs, it's quite a nice package for a first game. This series had to start somewhere, so it's no wonder that the gameplay isn't that interesting yet, it's pretty bare-born. While the core mechanics of pressing notes that fly all over the screen has been the same since the start, it's only the 4 normal buttons that you have to press. There are neither hold notes nor arrow notes yet. What makes this game harder is the fact that you can't use the left side of the controller to spam faster parts for some reason. Speaking of the difficulty, the first game didn't have an extreme mode yet, there were only 3 levels. What I really don't like about this game is the layout while you play. Unlike later games, the combo and the info on how well you did is displayed on the button at all times. But the weirdest thing is the timing overall. No matter how well I play, and I'm quite skilled with these games, I frequently lose my combo without knowing why. The timing's just weird for this game. There are already quite a few nice videos, mostly only dancing though, and some of them are slideshows of cool illustrations, which is pretty interesting honestly. The game already has extra features like the Diva Room, which is only very basic. You could mostly only look at Miku, and even the edit mode. God knows how to operate it, but that's pretty impressive for the first one. The last weird aspect is, you have to save manually. Better not forget it or lose all progress. Why? Okay, so then there's the first Mila game, called Hatsune Miku and Future Stars Project Mila. Like I said, this is a spin-off for the Nintendo console and features all the characters in their chibi versions, which was probably done because the Nintendo handheld wasn't powerful enough for what they were going for. Sorry for the footage by the way, only way to show it to you guys. This is a similar case to the first Diva game. Many great ideas, but flawed in the execution. The focus of the spin-off is more interaction with Miku, that's why the cute chibi characters are integrated in the main menu directly, similar to Project Diva X later on. You can call Miku out, look at her, take pictures, change clothes, even if I didn't figure out how to get anything while recording, and so on. There are small bonuses like an alarm clock, but honestly, who uses stuff like that in a game? The song list is unique, but with 21 songs, not all that big. Some of the videos are the original ones of the songs, so not all are that interesting, while some feature the 3D chibi characters directly. The standard for the series is 3 difficulties only, and the gameplay is very different. The button prompts are all laid out in a circle as you press them at the right time. But just like the first Project Diva game, the timing here is so strange. I would often hear the sound of a failed hit when I was certain I did nothing wrong. I think even the second best timing is not good enough for this game. So you can see why both of these games share the last place. They are only okay games comparing them to the rest. They are important, had many great ideas already and started something amazing, but were flawed where it really counts. It's not terribly fun going back to these anymore. Number 9. Next up is one of the exceptions to my list, the Vita game ELVT Colorful, released on July 30, 2015. I included it in my list because it's also a written game featuring my third favorite Vocaloid Ia. She's by another company First Place, and the game was developed by Marvelous unlike all the other games that were made by Sega, so another music game. The strength of this one is its enormous song list. There are 60 plus 19 DLC songs. There are songs for all tastes and even uncut very long ones. It's a bit shitty that some of the very popular EA songs like Shooting Star and Doke are DLC. The videos are much worse compared to the later Project Diva games. Some are the original videos that were also featured in the first Meter game, the quality here varies a lot. Some are newly made 2D videos and only few are 3D renders of ear. These look weird though, it's not all that impressive, mostly only dancing. The gameplay is not bad at all. You press the normal 4 PlayStation buttons that fly across the screen going online. There are hold notes and some that you have to spam. The directional and normal buttons are actually case sensitive, so unlike the Diva games you have to press right when there's an arrow to the right and can't use circle instead, and the other way around. This makes for a nice challenge, especially when you have to press 2 inputs at the same time, sometimes even hold 2 at once. As you hit these specifically marked notes, you get a higher multiplier and the sounds called colorful. The ranking is just plain weird. You can get a perfect, so never lose your combo, but not get a triple S ranking at the same time, since these are dependent on getting a high amount of the best timing hits. The other way around too, you can miss out on a perfect but get a triple S! This system is just flawed. All the unlockable costumes in the game are just bland and uninspired, many are just palette swaps. A cool extra mode is Step Up Player. Here, you have to complete specific songs with a certain goal like get double S rank, while having to deal with challenge items that make the notes appear only shortly before you have to press them or speed them up. The game even has leaderboards and you can of course just watch the videos. So why is this game so low on the list? Sounds pretty cool, right? It's such a shame, but this game has one fatal flaw. It varies for each song, but pretty much all the timings are off. So in essence, you have to adapt to pressing the buttons early, even if you can tell by the rhythm that you are off. Some songs have more, some less delay. I know from many comments online that some people refuse to believe that this is true in the first place, but believe me, if you have a good sense for rhythm and play these games often, it's very obvious. This alone makes this game so much less enjoyable. The irony is it would have been so easy to fix. In most Diva games there's an option to change the timing. Since this is missing though, nothing you can do about it. I can adapt to it, it's still a fun game, especially if you care for ear, has a lot of cool content, but with this timing thing going on, I just can't put this one higher on the list. Next up are the original PSP games Project Diva 2nd and Extend. Extend features all the same gameplay modes of 2nd, but has a different song list that includes all the sealed 2nd had, 37 songs of which only 9 were new. 2nd has a massive song list of 47 songs, 90 of which are from the old game, but of course with the new gameplay these feel very different. The releases date back to July 29, 2010 for 2nd and November 10, 2011 for Extend. They are drastic improvements over the first game. The core gameplay is almost the same as we know and love it today. The displays of the combos next to each note, the timing is fine, there are hold notes and arrow notes. All of that makes a big difference. These games are just very fun to play, even if you play them now. There's quite a bit of challenge to be found, especially in Extend, but both games featured the Extreme mode for the first time. Many videos are already pretty impressive to look at. Modes like the Diva room have been improved upon. You can now decorate it and give Miku presents, even if there are no animations for that yet. Speaking of which, there are no animations in the result screens for 2nd, nor does it tell you the percentage of your score, while Extend has both. 8 more returns as well. So overall, these are nice games, so much better than the original, but because they're still PSP games, they just look quite a bit dated. Many later games feature the same songs, so even for both of these there's little reason to return to them. Just like my last choice, Project Diva 2, which was released on November 28, 2013 for 3DS and the X, that first came out on May 28, 2015, are almost the same games. While the previous Diva 2nd at least had some unique songs, there's literally no reason getting Meter 2. The X is the same game but refined. The X has a bonus song, has 3D chibi videos for all songs, some upgraded charts as well as a super hard mode for a few of them, which is similar to Diva's Extreme. I included quite a few of these in my top 10 hardest songs for this game, so now you know why I won't talk about these games separately. One last time I have to show you screen recordings for parts of this entry. Okay, just like the first Meter, the center of this game is the interaction with Miku, only much more so. Cute chibi Miku is always smiling at you, and there's a lot you can do. You can interact with her, change music or costumes, the room or decoration for it. Connected to it there are many cool bonus modes. A neat dance edit has you alter the way Miku moves to the songs in the game, very adorable. There are some games like a puzzle one you play against Miku. You can take pictures. You can even try a basic version of a music editor, where you let Miku sing the notes you want or have her play certain instruments. All of that is animated nicely. So as you can see, there's a lot of bonus stuff. So what about the main game? The X has a lot of songs, almost 50. All of these are playable in the traditional button mode in 3 difficulties or touch mode, where you perform touch moves with the stick. Well, I don't like it that much. There are quite a few well-made videos with neat stories fitting the lyrics of the songs. Some of these are even playable with vocals of other Vocaloids. The gameplay is so much better than the first game, a bit more similar to the main series. All buttons move along on a set path, sometimes when there are 2 lines you even get to press 2 different inputs at the same time. These parts can get quite challenging, but overall the majority is too easy, and many charts just don't follow the same. A 4th difficulty for every song would have been desirable. The X is the refined version of the spin-off series. It's cute, has a lot of cool features and a nice gameplay that is just a bit too easy for me to fully enjoy. I'm not the biggest fan of the cheap graphics, but like the game's attention to detail. For the last time on this list, multiple games at once. It's the whole Dreamy Theater series. Each of the original PSP games got one. There were basically HD versions of these that let you enjoy the songs in 720p and even 60 FPS, which makes a huge difference for a rhythm game. The releases for 1 second and Extend, all digitally for PS3, June 24th, 2010, August 4th, 2011 and September 13th, 2012. Keep in mind that you need both the original PSP game and this version to actually play it. You have to sync your data to do anything once you start up. So these are ports of the PSP games? Not quite. They are not standalone games. Features like the Diva Room are removed and you can't actually unlock anything in here. You have to do that in original games. No, these are there to enjoy the core gameplay on your TV screen with better visuals and frame rate. Even still, there's even one all new mode that lets you enjoy some songs on a live stage. You can even change the camera around. So the gameplay. Since these are based on the PSP games, it's just the same fun mechanics, which is so much nicer to play like this. The videos they were from the first game even have a 3D video now, like Eve and Polka. There's one weird thing, I just like playing around while holding it on and out, so I usually press different buttons all over the controller while doing so. And second, that works fine, but in extent, every note but the corresponding arrow one breaks the combo. No idea what's up with that. So that's everything this game has to offer. Sounds like a great deal, but again, even for this game there's little reason getting it today. A certain other game later on has all the songs this game offers in even better quality. The only reason playing this would be to enjoy the original charts in that kind of quality. The later game has different maps and gameplay. One last thing, while these games are great, don't get the first Dream Theater. I mentioned before how you have to sync with your PSP game, but the first one only forces you to do that every time you boot up the game. That process is very annoying. On top of that, does the second game feature all the ones from the first, so really skip on it. Other than that, great HD versions of the PSP classics. Here you go, connected to your PSP. The game doesn't trust you one bit. So you have to boot up the dedicated software here on your PSP or PlayStation Vita first, and then connect it with this shitty cable here. Wrong button and now it's back to this. Hello? What the fuck, it's connected. Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't work. So really don't feel like troubleshooting just for this, but even if you're connected, you have to import the songs and stuff, and it's just a piece of... It sucks. Oh, I connected it to the PS4. The second non-Project Diva game in this list, Miracle Girls Festival. So what is this and why is it in the list? Because it has the same engine as Project Diva, almost the same gameplay. It was of course also developed by Sega and released on December 17th, 2015 for PS Vita. This game is pretty amazing. The same familiar gameplay for a nice variety of anime songs. Yes, this game features songs, mainly openings and endings, from 11 different anime. If you like anime songs just like me, this is the game to get. There are quite a few popular ones in here. The ones I know are Yoru Yuri, Gochuma no Wasagi desu ka, Kini no Mosaic, Hayori Nyaruko-san, Norin, Wake Up Girls, Vivid Red Operation and Mikakunin de Shinkoke. There are 3 more I don't really know about. Each of these 11 have 2 songs. A setlist of 22 isn't all that great, but at least there's both the cut version and the long full version of these. Apart from the tour mode that has some short story sequences, you can of course just free play all the songs. If you go for 100% like I did, this can be quite a chore. Unlike all other games, the challenge items are listed as a separate difficulty, so apart from the full versions of each song in hard and extreme, the cut ones have the following difficulty levels: easy, normal, hard, extreme, hard with challenge item 1, hard with challenge item 2, and the same for extreme again. Why? The challenges aren't even that hard. For one, the notes just move a tiny bit faster. Anyway, let's have a look at the gameplay. It's the same as the modern Project Diva games minus the star notes. Some of the longer extreme songs offer a nice challenge. Since this game wants you to experience the girls performing live, it's just dancing. These are at least pretty well made. One thing I love about this game, the audience screams. Just like in Miku concerts, you are supposed to chant along to specific parts of the songs, and these screams are actually accurate and unique for each song. This is just great attention to detail, makes it so much more believable that dedicated otaku watching performing water game. Because of the percentage bar going up pretty easily while playing, I found it almost impossible getting anything but at least an excellent, pretty weird scoring system. Apart from playing the songs, there are tons of figures you can buy of the various characters and even recorded audio messages from each of them that you unlock little by little upon completing parts of the tour mode. Even in the menus do the characters talk to you, the director, so I can definitely praise them for attention to detail. I really felt attached to the characters while playing the game. So that's this game. I had a blast playing it back then. If you like just a few of the anime featured in the gameplay of Project Diva, this is a must. Sure, the extra features aren't amazing and they stretched the playtime quite a bit with arbitrary goals. More songs as DLC would have been nice, they only released tons of overpriced costumes, but the game still offers enough to entertain for quite a while. The core gameplay is as enjoyable as ever, and I'm sure you will fall in love just a bit with some of these characters while playing. Which one is your next 2D character of choice? Number 4. Project Diva X, without a doubt the most controversial game yet, since it changed quite a few things. The game was originally released on March 24, 2016 for Vita and got a PS4 release later that year in August. As it's the first PS4 game, that version featured gameplay in stunning 1080p and 60 FPS and also added the bonus songs sharing the ride in hand free of charge, which the original release didn't have, as well as the support for PSVR for watching the videos. How is that possible? Well, this game's videos aren't so different from each other anymore, all are a set of dance moves performed on a stage. You can change the stage, but honestly, the videos are far less interesting compared to the previous games, many PVs that told a real story. The only video that still managed to be interesting was Hikyo Sentai Urotanda. Pretty hilarious stuff. Well, so the videos are downgrade. How about the setlist? There are also fewer songs than in previous games, 30 of them with only 2 old ones at least. The song choice is generally regarded as pretty good and I definitely agree. Some people complain that there are even less non-Miku songs though.
Half of these songs are different, and one of my favorite features of this game, the medleys. So basically there are various songs in one, remixed from the original and transitioning into each other. These are all pretty cool. What else is different? Similar to the Mila games, the Diva room is kinda integrated into the main menu. Miku is always present. You can give her presents and watch neat animations just like in previous games. But apart from the free play mode where you can just play the songs like you used to, there's a story mode. There are actually dialogues between songs. It's similar to a visual novel, but everything happening is very basic. Even with my basic level of Japanese, I could understand the gist of most of what was going on. While playing the songs in story mode, you don't just buy costumes anymore, but unlock random ones when completing a chance time sequence. This actually makes it far more rewarding when you get something really wanted. Also, it really matters what you wear. All songs, costumes and accessories are split into categories. Only if you wear the corresponding stuff, you get valuable bonus points needed to be successful in this game. Most costumes have unique abilities helping you with certain stuff as well. The gameplay is almost the same, but removes two types of star notes introduced in the previous game while adding rush notes, where you spam the button to get bonus points. Extra modes in this game are similar to previous games, but the edit mode was removed and replaced by live edit mode, where you can just change around the camera angles of the songs already in the game. Cool for the VR mode, but definitely disappointing. This got rid of a lot of replay value. Yet another weird decision was to remove the unique artwork from the loading screens. It's always just a static picture, and move them to the credits only. There are so many great pictures, so why did they do that? A cool new mode lets you in a way create your own medleys. You can play 3 songs of your choice back to back in a live setting that transition into each other, but there are no real changes unlike in Miracle Girls Festival. Adds a new twist to the charts nevertheless. This is still a very enjoyable game, great song list, amazing visuals, gameplay and cool new ideas, but it suffers from some unfortunate changes, mainly the boring videos and the removal of the edit mode. It's still tons of fun playing it, offers a nice challenge even if less numerous compared to previous games with the exception of the Ultimate Medley, but it's still the worst of the modern Project Diva games. These new ideas still need to be fine-tuned. We're getting to the really good stuff now. Project Diva F is really special to me. I only found out about Miku because of this game back when it was released on Vita on August 30, 2012. It also received a PS3 release late in 2013. Check out my How Did I Get Addicted to Hatsune Miku video for details on how that happened. No main on the placement, this must have been the Diva game with the highest budget by far. Not only was it the first Vita game, so the resolution was quite a bit higher, but it also had an almost all new setlist with 39 amazing songs in its final state that all had such an amazingly produced video. A majority of the previous game's videos were pretty static, but this game just has so many fantastic PVs it's insane. Just putting up the game and watching the intro video, I almost have to cry. Well, it's partly nostalgia as well. Everything in this game just looks so good. Apart from the great song list, there are also various cool new costumes. The only downside is that this game and its sequel are still in 30 FPS on both Vita and PS3. They took the gameplay of the extended and added star notes. On the Vita you have to scratch the screen, which sometimes doesn't work well enough, but for the PS3 you can just use the sticks. Also new are the technical zones, in which you have to be careful to keep up the combo to get valuable bonus percentage. The chance time is very different. Not only do you also get bonus points when hitting the majority of the notes for these sections, but you even get an entirely different video continuation depending on if you completed it or not. Just an amazing feature. The challenge in the game is up there. Sadistic Music Factory negative positive continues especially above without a doubt, two of the most difficult songs in the series history. Other modes? Oh yeah, this game has a very nice edit mode. Only getting great edits isn't all that easy for this game. Not only that, but there's actually no way of saving how well you did playing these, so that's a bit of a shame. So even if it's hard finding good ones, you can do it, even if it's a hassle, especially when it comes to finding the MP3 the author used. There's also stuff like a photo mode, another live watch mode and an upgraded Diva room. It's quite a bit of fun watching Miku in high resolution, interacting with her. I played around with that a lot. So what can I say? This game just feels high quality, which it really is, improved upon so many things and brought Miku to a new era of games. Not only is it important to me, but it just offers so much with its amazing videos and songs, tons of features and enjoyable gameplay. The only downsides are the star notes that sometimes don't work well and the edit mode that isn't there quite yet. Obviously the sequel F2 is next up. It was released for PS3 and Vita at the same time on March 27, 2014. It is the same engine of F, but improved upon some things. 20 of the songs are new and once again have impressive videos, while 20 others are from older games, but at least have a new chance time ending. There were 16 more old ones available as DLC. While playing these with the new engine and gameplay still neat. Nice gameplay additions are link stars, even if their timings are different to normal stars and just a bit off, and double stars that have you hit both sticks at the same time. Luckily, you can even use the stick for the Vita version this time around. You can even customize the button sounds to playing different sounds for the arrow notes, which are quite liked. Unlike F, it's possible to get saves for the stars, which is pretty annoying when the stars don't register correctly sometimes, so you can lose your runs on this if you're unlucky. All the new content in this game is pretty good. I like most of the songs and there are a few more really difficult ones. The Diva room is probably the best one ever. There are cute minigames you can play and I just love the various animations you can watch when you give Miku and her friends a present. She looks so devastated when she loses some of these games. I wanna give her a hug. It's just cute and fun. Live mode and photo mode return, and as in previous games, there are a lot of amazing illustrations to be seen while the game is loading. The game has all the costumes the previous game had. Okay, so sounds like this just fixed a couple of things from the previous game while being mostly the same. Why is it high up in the list? Because of the edit mode! Only because of it I played this game for so many hours. This is the ultimate edit mode. The edit itself is better, I even experimented with it a bit myself, but one friend of mine especially spent so many hours in here telling me about how much you can achieve with it, designing your own charts and videos. But the biggest improvement lies in how you can get and play the edits. Since there's a ranking now, you can easily find good edits and even get the correct song file directly in the game when you connect to your own Priya Pro account. You score while playing a stage as well. This is just so much fun. There's so much variety and challenge to be found here. This is almost an endless supply of new stuff, some of which is almost the same quality as official songs. If a song is off timing, you can even change it individually. You thought of everything. Even more reason to be sad that X removed it. Do you get it now? This is more of the same great stuff from F and refined a couple of elements. Sure, F has more unique new stuff and was more impressive, but because of the amazing edit mode alone, I have to put it above it. It's barely a better game. Actually, maybe I should make a list of the top 10 best edits there are, since there's so much great stuff to be found. Yes, the last four entries all were impressive and were probably better produced games, but I just can't justify putting anything above Future Tone. This is basically a PS4 port of the arcade machine that was first released in January 2010, just a bit after the first PSP game came out. It always got songs of the new home console games bit by bit as well as original songs. Even the chibi videos from Mido were ported to the real look of Miku, so when this game was released digitally for PS4 on June 23rd, 2016, this was just the ultimate package. A game with the content of all previous Miku games except Project Diva X in 1080p and 60 FPS. Similar to Dreaming Theater, the focus is on the gameplay. There's no diva room or anything, but why would you need it? Sure, these bonus things are nice, but honestly, what's always the most fun in these games is listening to these amazing songs, watching great videos and enjoying addictive gameplay. And since this is a port from the arcade, the gameplay is quite a bit different. The charts are over harder. There's even an extra extreme mode with even more challenge. You have to press multiple different notes at the same time sometimes and keep up hold notes as long as you possibly can for bonus points. Because this game is just so much harder compared to the other ones, there's even an option to practice specific parts of songs for the first time. Honestly, some are almost impossible to perfect with the DualShock controller, that's why you can map multiple inputs to the same button if you want. For some few of the 236 songs including DLC, you can even change the vocals. What else is there? While watching the videos in this high quality and with all these costumes, accessories and even individual hairstyles to choose from, it's also fun just taking pictures that are then used as loading screens. Such a cool touch. If you're looking for even more challenge, you can even try the survival course where you have to complete a set of songs back to back. To motivate even more, there are leaderboards for the first time. Depending on how many kills or finds you get or on how long you can keep up these holds, the scores can vary quite a bit even for a perfect run. So that's it, the perfect game, almost. No edit mode, okay, but who needs one with this amount of songs? Some songs seem impossible to perfect, but I tell you what, this keeps me coming back to this game. The gameplay is simply amazing. There are all the songs I love from previous games as well as some great new additions. I could watch all of these cute Miku videos all day and take pictures in them. This is just about the gameplay and the fun watching. If you like that, this is the perfect game. It offers endless challenge, perfect graphics and so much content. It only has very minor flaws and I hope even with the current situation of the arcade machine in Japan, they remove the old ones but have plans for a new one, this game will hopefully continue to be updated with new content. I actually made a standalone review for this game, but basically I can only tell you this. It's the ultimate Miku game.
So there you have it, the top 10 Project Diva games. Of course, the number 1 spot was no surprise, but whatever. As you can see, there's so much fun to be had with these written games, Miku games, Vocaloid games, whatever. So until next time, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you can subscribe to my channel, which is all about Miku. Give this video a thumbs up, comment, share with your friends, and whatever you can do. There's so much stuff you can do. Until next time, have a nice Miku day. I feel like that's a bit overkill for my tiny room.